What's up, people? I've been knowing my favorite artists. Favorite artists lately. Asher and J. Cole and The Weeknd. I've done 3 already. So I'm gonna try to wrap it up all tonight. Or two in one video. So here we go. If it wasn't for one, it wouldn't be the other. So my 2 other favorite artists, if you could guess already, pretty much, obviously, is Drake and Lil Wayne. I will listen to those 2 men no matter what. I don't care. So let's talk about my respect for Wayne. Wayne, to me, growing up, I grew up from New Orleans. Growing up, watching Lil Wayne become who he became is very inspiring. Very iconic. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody will tell you, like, it's hard as shit to make it out of New Orleans, man. It's hard as shit to make it out of the South, let alone New Orleans. Now it's easy. You see, the Kevin Gates and the young boys and all them from Baton Rouge, but to make it out the boot is a fucking it's a hard ass thing to do. So I was a huge Cash Money fan when I was a kid. I really never really like fuck with No Limit like that. That just was not my shit. I couldn't get with it. I had certain artists on No Limit that I fucked with, but Cash Money was the label. Like, I fuck with that label. They felt more New Orleans than No Limit did. Like, let's just be real. I'm gonna be real with it. Like, they felt more New Orleans than No Limit did. Even though No Limit had the success at the time, I never looked at No Limit and was like, that's New Orleans. Like, you could go and get people from the city and tell them to go. But it's not like you're literally in the city. Like, I never felt that way. Soulja Slim, C Murder, like, they felt like the city. That was it. Mystical, you know. But No Limit never felt like the city. Cash Money felt like the city. And when they got popping, you could feel people give them the love back. I was a huge Cash Money fan. So to see one of the youngest people, the youngest one out the group, become who he's became is fucking inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had all the chances in the world to go leave and go to somebody else, take a different approach. I remember when, the rumors was out there when I was a kid that he was going to sign Rockefeller, and I was like, shit, that's a scary-ass mindset. If he ended up with Jay-Z, that's a different conversation, man. But the fact that he stayed and put the label on his back, and he knew he was going to be the only one pretty much there for at least a period of time until they could figure shit out, and he kept the lights on. Like, how many artists could you say kept the lights on, not just at one label, but 2? Like, we gotta realize, like, Universal didn't have that many fucking artists like that. They didn't have that shit. They didn't have that at the time when I was a kid. I don't remember Universal records like that. I don't remember it. I cannot remember the last time I was like, Universal Records. That shit was Wayne literally kept the lights on, not just in Cash Money, but Universal. He kept a fucking label alive. Like, 2 in 1, man. And so, like, to see how Wayne became Lil Wayne, man, is all inspiring, And I could tell you times, man, where I just listened to Lil Wayne and you could just easily hear where he was going with the music, even in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, the blog is hot and all that, but then when he really turned it on with the Carter series, that's when you started to say, oh shit, like, okay, even before then, like, the mixtape Wayne, like, it was just like every week you would be hearing a new Lil Wayne, like, and you wouldn't even treat it as such. You would really treat it like it was an album. Shit, his mixtapes were better than niggas' albums sometimes when it came out. Like, the Drought, when the Drought 3 came out, that shit was better than half of the albums that came out that year. Like, you can't even tell me an album that came out when the Drought came out. You can't even tell me. Wayne took all they motherfucking songs and killed them niggas on it. It's not even a question, man. I was a fan of also Young Money before y'all, the version of Young Money y'all got to see. With the Drakes and the Nickies and the Tigers and shit. I was a fan of Young Money when he had Currency and, Mac Main and them was rapping. Like, I was a fan of them. I grew up on that Young Money. You know what I'm saying? Knuck if you buck freestyle Young Money. Like, them niggas was ready then. Like, you could tell. So, just the respect that I have for that man, it was crazy. You know, how he feels, how he moves now, it is what it is. But he's still one of my favorite artists. I'm not going to ever disrespect that man's music or his catalog or who he is. I mean, he kept the lights on in 2 labels, like I said, man. Like, and then on top of that, we don't give that man respect for the ear that he has. Like, I remember on the Drop 3, he literally says he signed Nicki Minaj. I think that was like 07. Like, he said that he was like, she coming. She gonna be the next one up. For him to take the risk on Drake at that time in his career, like, you gonna let a person from Canada come and take your label over and let him be the star? That's a fucking risk. That sings and raps, like, at that time, that shit just was not what's gonna happen. And he saw visions. He saw what these 2 amazing artists could be, man. And that's a lot of respect there for somebody like that. And you know, from the Block Is Hot to like now the No Ceilings 3 freestyle mixtape, like, you could tell, like, he's still there with the lyrical. Like, it's never changed. I think he's had songs where you kind of like, okay, you kind of feel like he threw that verse away. He was like, that's not a real, like, he didn't really try that hard on that verse as he could. And that's when you know you're that damn good, when you could just be like fucking around and just be like, all right, I'm gonna just give him this. Like, I remember when he used to do them verses back in the day, and all them bitches was still good. Like, you can't tell me right now a verse. I've literally heard songs where Wayne was just on the hook, and you thought that was Wayne's song. You can't tell me one artist now that you, maybe Drake. That was about, Drake is the only artist that you could probably be like, he's on the hook, and it kind of sounds like his song. Because it does sound like his goddamn song. Wayne is the only artist I ever heard at that time do that. Tell me, like, the fact that he took, like, Make It Rain, We Taking Over, Duffel Bag Boy. Bro, the list is fucking endless. Like, it's just, like, the fucking list is fucking endless. Like, the man is taking songs, you know, Swag Surfing. Swag Surfing was a good song. A really good song. I cannot tell you who made that fucking song. I literally cannot tell you who the fuck made Swag Surfing. I literally just always think, like, who the fuck made Swag Surfing? I can't even tell you who the fuck made Swag Surfing. That's how great he is. This nigga took that fucking song, and you can't even tell me who the fuck made that song. Like, who the fuck is the artist that made Swag Surfing? I can't even know. I don't even know who the fuck made Swag Surfing. That is a goddamn shame. This man took a song, took their fucking song. You don't even know who made the fucking song anymore. You don't even know who made the song. Like, that is crazy. That man was in his prime. Nobody could touch him. Let's just be real, man. I hear y'all be like, well, you know, back in the day, you know, that motherfucker was... No. Because you got to take into account, he wasn't just doing... He was doing mixtapes. He was doing features. And he was still doing his albums. Like, you're not... What the fuck? Are you killing? Are you serious? That man back in the day was unfucking touchable. You are not telling me any I don't give a fuck. New niggas nowadays will never have that type of run. You will never see that again. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're never gonna see that again. Never. Even from the next person I'm about to say. I think you're never gonna see that run ever again. The fact that he got on songs that made them his song, like the fucking Crying Out For Me with Mario and him, he jumps on there in the verse. This man's having a full-blown conversation with an imaginary girl, and you could understand what he was trying to say. Like, come on, bruh. Like, what the fuck? Like, bruh. It's still niggas to this. I can still remember that verse. Like, that's crazy. He got songs that just... I remember when, like, leaks used to happen back in the day. Like, songs used to leak and shit. He was, like, the master of that shit. Like, he just give out songs. It's not... Like, all right, that shit leaked. Okay, let's give him that. Like I heard like Screwed Up with him and Trader Truth. Like a couple months before it really like popped. I heard like the 9mm track with, you know, David Banner and Snoop and Akon a couple months before that. Like you it's no in hell you was touching Wayne. I'm still to this day still waiting on the I Can't Feel My Face album with him and Jewels. I don't give a fuck. I will sit here patiently and wait for that project. Them two and they primes were untouchable. They would destroy any group that you put them in against right now. Right now. Jewel still got them bars, nigga. Like, Wayne still kill a nigga with the lyrical. Like, you not about to tell me these niggas are not gonna still kill some of these young niggas that think they got it. None of you can spit like that. Never will, never can. I'm sorry. If you think you can, you're not. Just not. Just not, bro. Wayne and Jewels are like my top 5 duos of all time in rap. And to be honest with you, I can't really find them anymore past that. Which brings me to somebody I said earlier, Drake. He's in that duo with Wayne. It's got to be the Wayne and him show. If it ain't him and Wayne, I take Drake and Ross for a backup. That's about as far as it goes. I'm not taking anybody else with Drake. I don't know when it gets when him and Wayne, I feel like his brother, little brother, he gotta go. When it's him and Ross, I feel like it's like he gotta just show people I can spit just like this. And you know, when I got into Drake's music, it was actually because of my brother. You know, he actually was like, he was like, yo, you like this guy. I think he was telling me about Drake, and he was like, yeah, this, like, you like that song Young Money just did? And I was like, yeah, like, I like the verse that the dude did. And he was like, oh, that's Drake. And I was like, oh, all right. And then I got into like So Far Gone, and then I went back and listened to Comeback Season. I'm like, yo, this dude's dope. But So Far Gone like linked me and got me. Like, it was like, okay, because in that time in my life, like I've been saying, like when it comes to my artists, like in that time in my life, it depends on where I was in that life, and in my life at that time. That's probably why I still have you at a high regard of music. Even if you do drop some bullshit, I'm gonna probably always listen to your music no matter what, because you helped me through a time where I didn't have that. I didn't have an outlet. So Far Gone helped me with that. You know, still to this day, one of my favorite songs, still to this day, is from So Far Gone. Fear. That is my song. I do not give a fuck. I wish one day Drake would perform that song. If I go to one of his concerts and perform that song. I seen him perform November 18th. That was dope. But Fear is like the greatest. I think it's like I have like 5 favorite Drake songs in my life. And that's it. Like 5 that I could really turn on and be like, I still to this day could go back to that moment when I first heard that song. Fear. Killer. With him and Nipsey. I wish them two would have did another collaboration. I swear to God, I wish they would have done another collaboration before he passed, man. The Ride. I told you about that with the Weeknd one. I said that The Ride is like the greatest song I think them two ever did together. Even though you like, who is that on the... You don't even know it's The Weeknd, and then you hear it. You hear the emotion. And then you hear Drake's verses. You're like, okay, I get it. From Time. I fuck with that song. That's my shit. I love From Time. To this day, I still fuck with From Time. I said I had 5, and I'm trying to think because I got like way more. But I'm trying to keep it at 5. But 5 songs I can straight up just go back and listen to that song and remember where I was in my mindset when I heard it. Trust Issues. Yeah. Trust Issues. That song. Yeah. Like Trust Issues. Shit, I can even... some days it switches. Trust Issues or Emotion. It switches some days, but mainly trust issues. You know, yeah, man. I think, Drake has collection of music. You know what I've learned about Drake to me is I thought he was gonna be like these, like he grew into the singing rapping guy. I think that's cool. I think he knows that now. I think that's his lane. He's like, all right, that shit is cool. What he's done for the next wave of artists is unfucking matchable. He's made artists now have to be, in some sense, have emotions. That's a different level where you used to be with music, where it was just like hip hop niggas, you just gotta rap. You just gotta rap. And I think that where it is with him in particular is that he's very honest in his music. I think that you get that in some artists' music, but then you just like, you could question it. You could question certain shit. Like, alright, nigga, we really know you ain't got that many bodies. Like, you didn't really kill all those people. You didn't really sell that much drugs and all that shit. The fact that he's never tried to go that route and be like, yo, yeah, I'm the drug dealing dude. Like we wouldn't believe him. We wouldn't even believe that stereotype of him. Like, we'd be like, nah, nigga, nah, nigga. I think that's why I respected him so much, and I still to this day do, because no matter what, I know I'm gonna get one of those songs. The Fears or The Killer, or the Fear, The Killer, or like the Trust Issues, or the From Times, or the Ride. I know I'm gonna get one of those songs. I know I'm gonna get one. I just gotta wait. And my biggest problem with people when they talk about Drake is like, they be like, oh, he don't have a classic. That's bullshit. He got a lot of classics. You just don't want to give him that, because it's like now admitting that you fuck with this nigga music. He got too many. He got a classic projects. And niggas want to be like, okay, he got a classic project, but does he have a classic album? He got 2 classic albums. Like, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. Shit, even Thank Me Later, to me now, is like, back then, it was kind of dope. But now, it's like, I go back and remember listening to it the first time, and I was, 16 when he dropped that? And now, 26, I could listen to that song, songs on that album now, and still be like, yo, he was telling us what it was. Even then, he just had to get there, and now he's there, and he's telling us how it is to be there. And I think that's dope. Thank Me Later now, I think it's grown into like a classic to me. But he's got a lot of projects, and if you want to do projects, he's got 5 classic projects to me. Like Nothing Was the Same, Take Care, Thank Me Later. If you're reading this, Too Late, So Far Gone. Like, it's crazy to say he doesn't have any classics. It's fucking crazy. He got classic hits, but you give him that, but you can't say he got classic albums. It's kind of stupid, don't you think? Like, it's kind of stupid. And that's another thing. I think he taught people how to be more than just a hit maker. And people don't give that man credit for his producing skills. It takes a lot to create the hits that he does and get on the records that he do. To hear something and know it's gonna be a hit, that shit is talent, man. That's fucking skill, bro. Like, that is not some shit you just wake up and get. The fact that he jumps on Lil Baby's Yes Indeed, or JB Black Boy's fucking songs, or jump on Sycamore and shit, or even that, putting Travis on If You Reading This, It's Too Late before Travis blew up. Like, he knew this shit was happening. He's giving people so many times to get that shit. It's crazy. The first time I ever heard Kendrick Lamar was on Take Care. The first time I ever heard The Weeknd was on Take Care. Like, bruh, seriously, y'all don't. The Migos already had Versace out. The fact that this man jumps on your song and still contributes to that shit, and now look at where they at with their careers. Like, y'all gotta stop that shit with that, man. That man is a legend. He's an icon. He's a GOAT. I don't give a fuck how you want to slice of the dice it, bro. That nigga is a fucking legend, bro. Give him his respect, bro. I know you hate it. I know you don't want to. Like, well, he don't write his rhymes. Nigga, half of the niggas y'all like don't write them fucking rhymes. Them niggas be so drugged out, don't even know what the fuck they be saying sometimes. And then when they go on stage, they be forgetting these words. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you serious right now? That is crazy. One of my biggest dreams, musically, is to see Drake and Wayne do an album together. That would be crazy to me. Because I think it's time for them two to do it. I think Wayne's closing in on possibly retiring whenever he does retire or something like that. And I think Drake is kind of getting more and more into the mindset of like, okay, I'm about to move more into the business side of things. I think it's a perfect time for them two to do a project. I think it'll be a perfect cap on who they were. I know they did a tour together, but it's time to do a project. I think that those two men, with the amount of time they've had apart from each other, because they haven't really done a lot of songs recently. So I can't even remember the last time they did a song together on an album. Like, I'm talking about like Carter 5 or the last Drake projects. I can't even remember the last time they did a song together on a project. So I would say them two need to do a collaboration project. Maybe not a whole full-length album. Maybe an EP, maybe a mixtape or some shit. Call it an EP and put like 10 songs on that bitch and, you know, give it to people. And then like at the end, do like him and Future did. Like, Wayne, you got a song and I got a song at the end. And kill it like that. I mean, like, but them two dudes need to do one. Like, I just heard the new song that they did on No Ceilings 3. They bring the best out of each other. I said that shit on social media. Like, them niggas bring the best out of each other. Like, you cannot deny that. Like, that was the best verses I've heard them two spit in a minute. So I think both of them are legends, icons, ghosts, and it just so happened that one discovered the other. And that tells you a lot about Wayne and what he instilled into Drake to become who he is. Because it's very rare where somebody like that at that level say he got it. He's the best rapper in the game. I want him to carry the torch. But somebody like Lil Wayne tell you, I want you to carry the torch, I want you to be the next, you better not fuck that up. And not only has he not fucked that up, he succeeded past anybody's expectations of him. So shout out to Drake and shout out to Wayne. And those are my top 5 favorite artists of all time. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. That's my list. Shout out to them guys, all of the people I named. I got some more artists, but I can't do it right now. My new podcast is out, but this is just for the video, man. It's gonna be on YouTube if this damn video can save. And yeah, man, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.